Valentine's Day. Is it a made up holiday just for women? Welcome back to another episode, Midlife Playbook. I'm Matt, as always, here with Naeem.
I'm here.
Let's get this party started. Here we go. Cheers, my man.
Cheers, cheers.
Hey, did you know that Maine is the only state in the country that has one syllable in its name?
Really?
Yep.
I'm going through all the states in my head now. Go ahead.
I know you are. You trying to figure it out? I'm thinking like Ohio.
What's it?
Two.
Yeah, and it's only got 4 letters.
Yeah, and it's 2 syllables.
Huh.
Maine is the only one syllable.
I like it.
All right.
You ever been to Maine?
Never been to Maine.
Me either. You know the capital of Maine?
Oh boy. No. What is it? You don't either.
I think it's
You want me
Augusta.
to bail you out.
Wait, I think it's Augusta.
Augusta, isn't that Georgia?
There's a city in Georgia called Augusta, but I think it's Augusta, Maine. I think.
Well, I'll tell you what it's not. It's a made-up holiday like Valentine's Day.
It's all totally made up. Yeah.
So it's based off of St. Valentine. Is that right?
No, I don't think so.
Or is that not really where it's from? Is it really a Hallmark holiday?
I think it is. And because I heard sometime way back that it was a manufacturer's holiday.
Yeah.
So, Hallmark, all these chocolate companies,
Right.
they all got together one day and they're like, hey, let's create a day where people are obligated to buy stupid stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So that's where we got Valentine's Day from. So that begs the question. What are you doing for your wife for Valentine's Day?
Well, I'm going to be incapacitated on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Have another procedure scheduled for this weekend. I'm just
like, you live in the hospital.
you know what? It's happening. This time I'm getting the old plumbing checked. Got the colonoscopy on Friday.
And that is, what do they do?
So this is the one where they put you under and they actually take their device or whatever they do and they go right on up the bum with it.
Oh,
So you are knocked out.
yeah, you better be.
Yeah, you're
You
knocked
don't
out for
remember
this
that.
one. This is the one the day before you have to colon prep and cleanse. You're talking about drinking the fluid. People talk about drinking the fluid and it makes them go to the bathroom all day.
Cleans you out.
You can't eat for like 24 hours before.
Jeez.
Yeah, I have to start my prep tomorrow. So that is how we're
Oh.
spending Valentine's Day.
Gee.
I wanted to do my colonoscopy and the vasectomy in the same day. And I was told it wasn't a good idea.
No, because then you can be shitting your brains out while your nuts have been ripped open and
You
then
know,
all
at
that
that
pressure
point-
down there.
Just get me there. I don't care.
I don't care how you get me there. Just get me there.
So that's how we're spending Valentine's Day. What about you guys?
But that doesn't prevent you from going and buying a car or some flowers
No,
or some chocolate. or
It doesn't.
tennis
I don't think I
bracelet.
want to talk about this.
Something
Naeem. What are you
expensive.
guys doing, Nate? I
Well,
want to talk about what we're doing.
my wife is going to be somewhere in the Caribbean with her daughter,
Oh,
and I'm going to be
cruise.
in Annapolis with the boys
Okay.
doing stuff. So I am off the hook this year.
Well, no, it happens when you get back, right? So that is interesting. So Valentine's Day falls on like a Tuesday. Are you celebrating on said Tuesday or is it the weekend before or the weekend after?
Great question. When we first got together, we kind of did things for Valentine's Day. Then we both kind of looked at each other like, this is the dumbest thing ever.
So I think your age and position in life affect that.
I think so. Totally.
Yeah.
Because listen, I heard some fact on the radio today that 25% of people are going to go through a breakup because their expectations are not met on Valentine's Day.
That's a key word, expectations.
Expectations, right?
And who sets said expectations? Now, women do,
Mm-hmm.
but is it based on what? Like cards, flowers, all the things that are like shoved down their throat from TV, radio, or whatever else? Or do you think women genuinely want that stuff on Valentine's Day?
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
the media. Here
Yeah.
we go again. The damn media
Yep.
messing it up for guys.
I know a lot of women don't like getting flowers because they die in a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the old cliche, right? Chocolates and flowers, maybe a stuffed teddy bear.
Yeah. Do we need another damn teddy bear around this house?
No, you don't.
Flowers.
You don't need flowers that are going to be dead in 4 days.
Right. And I prefer to get my wife flowers on a random
Yeah.
Wednesday.
because then they're not expecting it.
Not expecting it.
So it means more. At least we think it means more, right?
Right.
'Cause they're not expecting-
Honestly, I think they do think it means more too. It's when you have these people in these new relationships and they're trying to impress,
Right.
and they're trying to make sure they meet that expectation.
Right.
But I find nothing sexier than when she came to me and said, we don't need to do anything for Valentine's Day. It's stupid. Your society is telling me that I have to buy you gifts on this day.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
So that's where the expectations come in. So now women have this expectation. I'm going to get flowers. I'm going to get chocolate. We're going to go out to dinner.
Mhm.
And if it doesn't happen, they're like pissed off about it. I'm like, well, was that your expectation or is that what you think your expectation should be?
Damn, you just went real deep.
Right? Like, is it really your expectation?
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't really have much more to say on it because I'm not doing anything for Valentine's Day.
Either.
So
Except,
I'll make it that way.
yeah. I mean, we'll end up doing something to celebrate it over the weekend.
Yeah, but that's
That's
you
just-
guys do stuff like that all the time. That's your typical ebb and flow.
Right. It's going to be just time with us together. It's not going to be I don't necessarily know that we'll go to a specific restaurant. We're just going to go do what we do to have fun on the weekend.
It's such a BS holiday because you go to a restaurant. Number one, you got to make your reservation way in advance.
Last Valentine's Day, like when
Yeah.
you're leaving, you got. I
Right.
want to book this for next
Hey,
year.
By the way, for 2026,
Yeah.
you guys got the availability.
Yeah, or it's
you
not
might as
happening.
well.
Right.
Exactly. And then you're going to pay way more for the food
Oh,
than you
yeah.
should because they're going to jack up the prices on you. Everywhere is going to be packed.
Everywhere.
Why?
Yeah.
Stay home.
Yeah.
Celebrate something else.
Do what makes you guys happy together. You know what you do together.
Right.
Be happy. That's your Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
Just
That's
two
the
of
best value. You just nailed it.
Right.
Do something that makes both of you happy on that day. That's your Valentine's Day, showing each other how much you love each other.
Right. That's easy for us to say as guys, right? Again, we have zero expectation of that day.
Right.
None.
Good.
So it's easy for us to sit here and say, oh, let's just go do our normal thing. But
You know why we don't have expectation on that day? This just popped into my head. Is because we're the MFers that are expected to do everything. That's why we don't have the expectation.
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
And where's our day for guys?
It's Father's Day, right?
No, they get Mother's Day, we get Father's
Yeah,
Day.
we don't get a day.
Where's the day where women are supposed to set everything aside
For us.
and pull out their purse and reach in their wallet and shell out all this money on useless crap for us? It doesn't happen.
There really isn't a day.
There isn't.
Women get two of these, by the way. Remember, Sweetest Day is a thing too.
No, don't get me started.
Well, that was totally made up.
Totally made up.
That is totally bogus.
When is Sweetest Day?
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you right now.
Have
Could
you
be
even
tomorrow.
heard?
I don't know.
That's a good day for it.
It's the
February 3rd.
seventh Sunday of January.
No,
But that was totally made up.
yeah. And we got to stop with these holidays. I mean,
There's
come
a lot.
on.
There's a lot.
Christmas, we all go overboard.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, we reserve Christmas mainly
is
for the
okay.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the wife and I will give each other one gift, and could be a big gift, or sometimes we even put a price limit on it because we shell out everything on the kids.
Right.
And then I get screwed because my birthday is the day after Valentine's Day.
Yes, it is. So you do have a birthday coming up, don't you?
I do. The big 4-5.
4 or 5. I vaguely remember 45.
Well, yeah, you got me by a few years.
Just a couple, not many.
Yeah.
45. God, I feel like that was yesterday for me.
Yeah. I'm not as excited to turn 45 as I was to turn 40.
Mm,
When I was 39, about to turn 40, man, I was on cloud 9.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I'm an adult now.
You
You remember?
at 40?
Yeah. You remember?
That is a thing. I mean, you do kind of feel like that's when you were already 40 when I met you, though.
I
weren't you?
was. But here, you remember that one coach that went on a rant? He's like, I'm a man, 40. I'm 40. I was yelling that for at least 2 months after I turned 40, and I loved it.
I did not look forward to it.
No?
No, I just didn't.
Huh.
I didn't look forward to it. It felt old to me. I know it's not, but it kind of felt old to me. Right?
Yeah. Because when we were kids, 40 was old.
Yeah, I was just saying, remember when you were 18, you met somebody 35. You're like, God, you're
Man,
old.
yeah.
I'll never be that old.
No, I
Right.
hit my prime when I was 37.
Yeah, well, I think I did too, around late 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, best shape ever,
right,
killing it.
right.
And now, still good.
Uh,
I ain't as good as I once was, though.
but you're good once as you always were.
My man.
So I'm staring down a gun barrel at 50, man.
Yeah. But so here's what I hear
Mm.
from people in their 50s.
Don't say that shit 50 is the new 30.
I'm not going to say that corny gas line. But what I will say is they say it gets good at 50.
Oh,
Well, think about it. Our kids are roughly the same age, but
right.
your kids start getting older, more
Yeah,
independent, start driving,
yeah,
can do more for themselves.
yeah.
So, and then, once that happens, your finances may ease up a little bit with
Yeah.
obligations for your kids. So you got more disposable income.
It's a little less stressful in that account for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm like, my birthday's in December.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, been thinking about it already.
Dude, it's February.
I know. It's just a thing. It's just a thought that's in my head now.
But we're going to throw down.
Oh, we're throwing down in the summer.
Or 50.
So we're throwing down in the summer because it's warm and
And
we can do stuff. And then we'll do something else in the winter.
also.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to have two big blowouts
Okay.
over at the house. I don't know what yet, but yeah, it's happening.
Okay. Good. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I am and I'm not, right? Looking forward to the fun time with the friends, having a great weekend. You know what I mean? At the house. I think it's going to be a 2-day thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Sleepover?
It maybe. May have to be. Some of you guys just may end up passing out over there. Right? We'll wake up the next morning, get after it again.
Exactly. Hey, where are they coming out? Oh gosh, I almost said something else. But no, when you wake up and just start drinking all over again, the shampoo effect, I think it is.
Shampoo effect.
Yeah.
What?
So the shampoo effect is when you've been drinking the night before.
Yeah.
And you wake up still a little buzzed.
Yeah.
But you just have a little sip of alcohol. It puts you right back in the game.
The shampoo effect?
Pretty sure.
I've never heard it called that.
No?
Never.
Now you know.
Now I do know.
And knowing is half the battle.
It is half the battle.
50, man. I'm not going to be good. It's coming either way. So
it's coming either way.
Better embrace it. You know what birthday threw me for a loop though?
What's that?
30.
30 did? Really?
30.
I loved 30.
Really?
Oh, I loved it. That was my favorite next to 21.
Really?
30 was my favorite.
Why?
I don't know. Because then I felt like an adult at 30.
Yeah. That's why I was depressed. Because I was now an adult. Like,
you got obligations.
Right. I left my 20s. People are expecting me to do things. Be professional. You get it? What do you mean? I can't go get hammered on a Thursday night?
Not anymore.
You're not need to work on time Friday? You kidding me?
Oh, man, yeah. It's
30,
interesting.
all those things happen,
Yeah.
man. And, then you start looking at settling down. And
right? Yeah, yeah.
Marriage,
yeah.
All that fun stuff.
I mean, I was on my way out of my first one around 30.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
30 gets real.
Anything funny happened this week to you?
This
Any
week?
funny stories?
Funny stories like what?
Funny interactions with anybody?
Oh, I touched on that briefly. Yeah. So, texted the old ex-wife yesterday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Didn't know which way it was going to go.
Okay.
But I just said, hey, let's meet and have a coffee. And to give you a little background, I've never even really gone into this with you a ton.
Right.
We've been divorced now for 5 or so years, and our relationship hasn't been the greatest.
Yeah.
We don't argue and fight or anything like that, but we kind of just don't, she walks into the gymnasium when we're at one of the kids' games. We might say hi to each other. We might not.
Right.
We might not even acknowledge each other's presence.
And it's okay.
It was, but it was bothering me because I knew the kids saw it.
Yeah.
So the framework I want to put around me telling this whole entire story is that whatever your relationship is with your ex, just know your kids are watching it.
Yeah, those little shits are watching.
They watch every damn thing, man.
Everything.
And, you can't get anything by them.
Right.
And you better believe that they will mimic your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So you better be setting a good example,
right,
or at least an example that you want them to follow.
Right.
So with me knowing that Austin and Max being 10 and 12 years old, and they see that there's always this tension there.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, man, I got to get rid of this tension.
And the older one probably feels it.
Yeah. Well, the younger one actually more
Really?
because
Okay.
he's nosy. He's always
Gets into business.
Always.
Yeah. So all up in the business.
I'm getting about my business. And so I texted their mom and I said, hey, let's meet for a coffee. And she replied back. She said, okay, great.
Okay.
And she had no idea what I was going to talk to her about.
Okay.
But she was open to it because, she dates a guy and he is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love the guy to death.
Okay.
And he treats the boys really well, which is, my most important thing.
Sure.
Is that he treats them well. And he is also divorced but long time ago.
Okay.
And he and his ex-wife, they went through their point where they didn't get along. But now, matter of fact, his ex-wife is the one who introduced the two of them.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Said there's this person coming to my office every week or so. Got to meet her.
Okay.
And so that's how they got together. And anyway, so she tells him we're going to meet. And he's like, okay, that's great. Hopefully you guys can get to a point where you're at least nice to one another.
Right.
And so we meet, we sit down, we talk, we hash out a bunch of stuff. I don't want to go into a ton of detail about what we talked about, but we came to the conclusion that we need to at least be nice to each other in public for the only reason that our kids are watching us.
Right.
And they need to know that mom and dad have a healthy relationship.
Yep.
And, we're co-parenting these kids the best way that we possibly can.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it was good. And that's the message to anybody out there. It's like, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been divorced for 5 years, broke up 6 years ago. And then just now
coming to where you can talk about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And I asked some pertinent questions of some things that have been bothering me over the years.
Right.
That happened during the breakup and got, I don't want to call it closure because I don't think I need closure, but got clarity. Clarity is the word I'm looking for.
Right.
So got clarity. So because there were things that I was like, well, why'd this happen? Or what was the reason? Why did she say that? Right. And I would just stew because I would develop my own conclusions and have my own assumptions. And we all know what that does.
Yep.
But I got clarity.
That's out of you and me.
Exactly.
That's big time, man. You guys were able to come together.
Let me tell you what the little nosy one said to me. He goes, because I called him when he came home from school and I said, hey, I'm not going to be there to pick you up at my normal time because I'm meeting your mom for a coffee. He goes, you meeting mom for a coffee? No, he's 10 years old now.
Right.
I'm like, yeah. He's like, why are you doing that? It's like, mind your business. We'll get into it. And so when I picked him up later on that evening, after we had our little meeting, he goes, so Dad, how was your coffee? I said, it was really good, Max. And I gave him, some details of what we talked about. He looks at me, 10 years old. He looks at me, he goes, Dad, I'm proud of you. Dude, I almost had a tear come down my eye. Like, I was like, this little guy. Like,
so that just shows you how much he was paying attention.
He was.
Yeah, for him to say that, he knew, he felt it. He knew it existed, the tension.
And he would always say things, that made me know. He knew there was tension there.
Oh, man.
So, and the older one, I mean, he just
12, they come and go.
Yeah, he just wants to play stress and be left alone, really. And so he was just like, oh, yeah, that's fine. You guys had coffee? Great. Let me go back to listen to my music.
Right. No, that's great. You guys were able to do that. I mean, that takes a lot of kind of getting out of your own way, your own ego, and just going and doing what's right for your family, your kids that you're raising.
Yeah. And I have to say that I, of course, ran this by my wife.
Oh, yeah.
And I told her that I was having, the need to have this conversation.
But she was probably all for it, right?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Full 100% support.
I knew she would be.
Yeah.
You got a good one there.
Yeah.
And she'd be supportive.
Yeah. She's pretty good.
Well, I think that's enough blabbering for today.
All right. Oh, geez. 19.
Yeah, that's enough blabbering for today.
Man, we were going. All right.
We're done here.
You sure?
I think so.
All right. Well, hey, if you guys want to talk about any Valentine's Day or comment on anything we said or tell us we're full of what, you can hit us up, Midlife Playbook Podcast at gmail.com. And we'll holler at you later.
Holler at you later, guys. See you.